Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of Unedited. I'm your host, Patrick, and joined by my co-host, as always, Alex. Alex, how was your weekend?
It was a barrel of monkeys.
Hey, be careful. You don't want to lose your job. Don't mention anything about monkeys, okay? That's racy stuff, all right? Take it easy, but go ahead. How was your weekend?
I don't want to bring up a reoccurring theme. Certain doctors and monkeys and stuff.
Great films, great movies. I hate them. Okay. Yeah. No,
How was
like
your
seriously,
weekend?
I heard you were doing some drinking over the weekend. In fact, I saw some slightly questionable things on your Snapchat story. What is
Like
it
what?
about? What is it about drinking that gives you like homoerotic tendencies? What's the deal with that?
I don't know, but I fully embrace it.
Clearly,
And
clearly.
not that I would actually do anything, but I love dancing on the line and sometimes doing it. No, I I don't know. It's really weird. It's really weird. I can't really explain it. But I
I
feel like
mean,
we've all been in that kind of where it's like, hey, what if I just kissed you right now? And it's like, dude, that'd be
no.
weird.
I mean, maybe with women I've been that way, and sometimes it goes places, but never like one of my friends. I mean, we made jokes to make other people uncomfortable. I like my old school best friend, uh, insert name here, that guy, and we used to make jokes like at other people's expense, but we never did anything physical or implied that we were going to. It was just kind of cheeky fun. But you
Well,
appeared to be kissing this man.
I was not kissing anybody. I
there,
made it look
there's
like I was about to.
there's nothing wrong with that, Alex. I mean, again,
No,
we live in the modern age. You can do whatever you want to, and that's my opinion. Like,
are you
look,
are you talking about the video where I'm next to insert name here and I'm like, I will make out with you, dude. And he's like, and it looked like I was about to kiss him.
I mean, yeah, that'd
Doesn't
be
mean
the
I
only
did
one.
kiss him.
Are there others? I mean, are there other ones that I need to take into consideration as well? I mean, I feel like I was just referencing the one, but
No, I'm saying that I didn't. I was just making the joke to see how he would react. And
uh-huh.
and later I gave him a good BJ. It was really nice. Uh,
uh,
I'm
well, I
kidding.
mean, I know you were saying that there were some things you wanted to address, you wanted to air out a little bit, like dirty laundry. There were some things that
Well,
were on your mind. A story, by chance.
there's a crazy thing that happened and an interesting thing that happened. Which one do you
Okay.
want to hear first?
I don't know. I wish I could ask our viewer or listeners, but yeah, because obviously they can't see. I mean, maybe they can, but who
Okay.
knows?
One thing happens at a Denny's and one thing happens at a bar. So I'll let you decide the place.
A Denny's or a bar? Okay, so I'm going to use my clairvoyant skills here. Um, I'm thinking that you get hit on at a Denny's by a waitress that you think likes you, but the strippers don't
Nope.
like you.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Whole lot of
Yeah.
nope.
Okay. So
It's
maybe
not.
that
It's
happens at the
nothing.
bar.
It's nothing as exciting as I'm making it sound to be, but it's
Okay. Because
and
I tell you what, customer service people, they have to be nice to you. It's like a requirement of their job. That's their only job other than like light duties elsewhere. But yeah, so
yeah.
it
I
wasn't
I know, and you know too, because we both work customer service.
right. So it doesn't mean that we're hitting on you, but still, people will leave and tell their friend stories like, "Oh my God, this chick waitress was totally all over me." And it's like, no, she just wanted a tip. But yeah, Alex, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead. What is the actual story? Let's go Denny's. Let's go Denny's. That's where I started.
Right.
Let's go Denny's. Yeah.
So you clicked on the crazy story. Ding 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 ding.
Mm-hmm.
So what had happened was we all were at this bar. Fuck cars. We were all at this bar drinking. Mother, quit honking your horn.
Nobody can hear it but you, Alex.
I know, but I can hear it, and it bugs me. So we're all at this bar. We call it a night at about 2:30 in the morning. We Uber back to the hotel, and I'm assuming we're calling it a night. And everyone else is like, no, we gotta get Denny's, man. You always go to Denny's after the bar. And I'm like, no, you don't. I kind of want to sleep. And they're like, dude, you only live once, man. And I'm like, well, I'm not hungry. So 20 minutes later, we're at Denny's. And this friend of mine, insert name here, I thought he had stopped drinking like 2 hours prior. But it turns out when we got back to the hotel, he polished off a thing of Jägermeister.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was a good like half. I don't know alcohol sizes, but like
How big was it?
It was about the size of not like
Like
the
a 20?
small, it's like about the size of like a water bottle, I guess.
Okay.
Hold on, I have a water bottle right in front of me with no numbers on it. Fuck.
20 ounces? A pint, maybe?
I think so. Yeah, a pint sounds right.
Okay.
He polished it off like within minutes.
Tastes like black licorice, you know?
Yeah. So we get to Denny's and we're all kind of just sobering up, and I'm soberish. I am the most sober one there, while everyone else is kind of slowly getting to my level, except for this friend who twice runs to the bathroom. And we're all like, okay, well, at least he's cognitive enough to go to the bathroom, and do his thing. And so an hour goes by and we're finishing up our food, and this guy, we look over, and this insert name here, he is not looking good. And you can already imagine the look, where his like head is falling forward a little bit every few seconds. His eyes are kind of open, kind of closed. The look. And no one is really paying attention to him anymore at this point, except for me. And because they're all talking about, man, this one chick was grinding up on me. And I'm sitting there going, the guy next to you looks like he's about to die.
I've been that guy.
So, so we, they're all talking except for the insert name here. And he stops eating and he goes, all right, I gotta go. He says it just like that. I gotta go use the bathroom. And we're sitting in the tables, like in the center of the Denny's. So just so you can imagine this. So we're like surrounded by booths. He gets up, starts unbuckling his belt and pants, and he goes to sit into an empty booth next to him, and I'm the only one paying attention. And I do that, dude, and I guess that was too slow. So, and there was like maybe 2, maybe 3 other like couples in the Denny's, and they're not paying attention either, which is funny because I was pretty loud. And he got pants up to like just above me. Yeah, he's shitting at Denny's.
That's awesome. I mean, gross, but
I'm like, he's sitting down like on a leather thing, and I'm sitting there thinking, maybe I caught it. Maybe I caught it in time. I'm looking at this guy's dick. Maybe I caught it in time. And so I'm like trying to shimmy his pants up, and then the smell.
uh, uh,
And
call the
so
police.
I what?
I said, call the police. Don't touch his pants.
No. Why would I call it? No. So like I usher over,
Oh,
insert other friend name here, and I said like, dude, get him to the fucking bathroom. And so he gets him to the bathroom, and like again, it's funny because it's 3:30 in the morning. The 3 or 4 other couples in there kind of glance over, but they're just like, what the fuck's going on? What? And so I run over to it. By the way, I've never felt by this one waitress at this Denny's. Never felt anyone so like annoyed with me yet happy with me at the same time.
because you were cleaning it up?
I I I volunteered. I said, "Hey, my friend had an accident. He is." I say it just like this. My friend had an accident. He is more fucked up than we thought. He must have been drinking when we weren't looking. Do you have gloves, some chlorinated cleaner, and like a lot of cleaning stuff? I will take care of it. I do this on a daily basis. And they're like, yeah, give us a minute. And I'm like, the sooner the better. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, so there's no big end to this story, but like, yeah, my friend's shit in a Denny's and I cleaned it up.
That's awesome.
And yeah,
How is that not a bigger thing? How is that not a bigger thing and you're making it out to be? Or how's that less than what you're making it out to be? That sounds like some fucking, next level type of, pardon my pun here, but shit, that sounds like some next level shit. I've never thought about that, but if you think about the booths, man, they're like primed for shitting. Like all you have to do is cut a hole. You're set to go, dude.
yeah, and like I said about the waitress, at first she was just like, ugh. And I held my hands out because she brought out this like big bus tray thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Oh, you're doing it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I work in a gas station. I clean up shit like once a week." And she's like, "Oh, I mean, I'm not gonna say no." And I'm like, "Yeah, just give me the shit and I'll clean the shit."
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, my question is, has it happened before?
With him or just in general, like
At
with
this
my
at this
group?
place? Because like, did she have a look on her face like, not this again? Did she have that look on her face?
Yeah, she had that look, but she told me after I cleaned it up and I gave her back the tray. I took all the napkins and stuff that she gave me out and outside and stuff. I gave her back the tray, and she's like, I'm not surprised that it happened because we're near the city and this happens like at least every other night. I'm more surprised that you actually volunteered to clean it up.
Nice. It's a good place to be.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, well, he's our friend and he shit on your booth. It's not like you forced him to shit there. So yeah. Now if you had locked the bathroom doors, yeah, I'd be making you clean that.
You're saying if there was not an opportunity to make it to the right facilities.
Yeah, then I'd be like, yeah, I'm not cleaning this shit. But yeah, I was like, yeah, he's our friend. We weren't paying attention. He was sneaking shots and a whole bottle of Jaeger. And yeah.
So I have a question.
I have an answer.
Was she attractive?
No.
No. So it was somebody you saw kinship with, like in the customer service industry. You were like, yo, I just ruined her whole night. Not letting this go down. And then you were like, like Alex the cleaner to the rescue. Was that the situation? The situation?
I was just like, little things go a long way.
Yeah, they do.
Like, I would give someone a lot of credit I work in a gas station. I would give someone a lot of credit and thanks if they just gave me the heads up. Just even that much. Like, hey, dude, I just upchucked all over your toilet. I'm sorry. Like, thank you for giving me the heads up. Now I can go take care of it without some old lady screaming at me, there's puke all over the toilet! Who's just leaving this puke all over? This establishment is disgusting!
It's like she's waiting right outside the bathroom as they're exiting it, right?
Yeah.
Like just to yell, just to go, ah! I've not seen this in my whole 65 years.
Okay, so for some background info, one of the days that Patrick visited me at my job, like we're talking, and this guy comes up to us and goes, "Hey, Alex, someone left a big mess in the middle of the floor," and I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, you need to go in there like right now." It was a regular customer, a black dude, and I'm like, and I take his word for it because he doesn't like fuck around, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I go check out what it is because sometimes they like, oh well, someone peed a little bit, whatever. Nope, just a big pile, not pile, a big puddle of diarrhea shit in the center of the bathroom.
It wasn't even green; it was like brown. But
I didn't say green.
I know, but diarrhea usually is associated with green, at least in my mind. I don't know.
Really?
All the same.
That's
yeah.
weird. Yeah, so like and you were there most of the time when I was cleaning it. It took me like what?
Because I was loitering at the time. Like I had a job, but like when I wasn't at the job, I would loiter. So yeah.
It took me probably an hour and a half. You didn't even stay for all of it. You were just like, I'm fucking done.
No, I recorded it. Don't you remember?
You recorded the beginning of it, but I remember a certain point where you were just like, I'm not hanging out all this time. Because like I was taking my time. I'm like, I really don't want to fucking clean this.
Oh, yeah. I got the beginning part of it, and you're like, all right, one more. And I really got to clean this shit up. And I was like, okay. But I'm playing Slipknot, People Equal Shit in the background. And I did, and it was magical. It was on, no. It was on like a special day, too, a special holiday. What was it? Easter? Was it Easter?
It might have been Easter. It was a Sunday.
Yeah, it might have been Easter. I had a filter on it, because Snapchat has filters. I think it said Happy Easter.
Bunny ears. It was bunny ears, yeah.
Yeah, it was Happy Easter. That's kind of funny. All right. Yeah, somebody left you a present on Easter. God damn.
Yeah. And, just to wrap up the other story, the friend, insert name here, he woke up this morning. He blacked out apparently when we got back to the hotel. He doesn't remember anything. He doesn't remember getting to Denny's.
Jaeger.
Yeah. And he goes, I didn't do anything I'm going to regret, did I? And I go, oh boy. Oh boy.
You have no idea.
And so I tell him what he did exactly as I told you guys. And he's like, oh. And I'm like, well, shit happens,
I mean, realistically, though, he got to shit in a public place. And he didn't get in any trouble. How awesome is that? Like, I mean, he didn't remember it, of course, but, like, he shat in the middle of Denny's. Most people just sit in the middle of Denny's. He got to shit in the middle of Denny's, So, like, that's awesome. Trouble. Yeah.
They were just like, thanks for cleaning it. All right, bye. Yeah,
so everybody listening, apparently, if you want to just get a really nice thrill, you can go into a Denny's at like 3 a.m, sit in one of the booths, take your pants down, and just shit. And if you leave fast enough, nobody will even know it was you.
Oh, they'll know.
They'll know. But what are they going to do? If you act pissy, act drunk, and then you'll get away with it because they won't even want to touch you.
But yeah, that was the big crazy thing that happened over the weekend.
Yeah. Don't do that, guys. By the way, women and men who work as waiters and waitresses at Denny's, especially at 3 a.m., they're not having a good time. So don't
No.
do that. Don't do that to them. They're already kind of settling for that job. Don't make it worse.
I want to let everyone know that the lady that did help me, serve our table, the lady that I dealt with the entire night, she wasn't rude at all. She was nice. She did her job. It's 3 a.m. at a Denny's, so I'm not expecting her to be like, "Hi, everybody, how's it going?" And she saw 6 grown men come in, like, stumbling, and she's like, eh. I would do the same thing if it happened at my store. I'm just, okay, what do you want? So kudos to her for keeping a strong head while a guy shits in her store.
Yeah.
Um,
my question is, how good of a job did you do cleaning that shit up? Like, because you were obviously impaired. I mean, you weren't shitty. You weren't drunk. Like, but
nothing sobers you up faster than smelling shit. And
I know, but how confident are you in your cleaning abilities? Is there still some residual shit, you think?
No, not at all.
Like,
I was a little paranoid because he so how those booths, those really long booths are, that like he like sat on like the one that like turns into a crease.
Uh-huh.
And so like, he does his thing, and I have the other guy take him to the bathroom, and I'm like, I got gloves on. I'm trying to like,
God damn it, Alex.
Sorry. And I'm like, sorry. And I like,
every time.
and I'm getting the obvious stuff, and then I see the crease, and I'm like, oh, okay. So and I have they're good gloves too. So I'm just fuck it, and just stick my hand in there, and nothing's coming out. So I am hoping I got everything really good, because if not, there's probably still shit in there.
Yeah, so we're not disclosing which Denny's this is, just to leave you in suspense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
No matter what Denny's you go to, there's a chance that there's shit in the booth. How unsettling is that, guys? Maybe go to Waffle House for a change. Anyways, Alex, what was the interesting story? I'm really curious.
Well, the interesting thing happened earlier that night with the same guy, the same shitter.
Okay, mystery shitter.
And this was before he got off the deep end. This is like, if 10 is full on blackout drunk, he's about at a 6.
A 6.
So we're all hanging out at this place. We're at a pool table, and we're all we're playing pool. We're not really playing like an actual game. We're just like taking turns on whatever. And I look over a couple times, and he's like in like the corner, just like staring at his phone. And I'm like, all right, he's doing his own thing, whatever, because he's not playing. He's not in the mood. And then like after about 20 minutes, I look over, and if he ever listens to this, I'm sorry, I'm telling this.
Nobody knows who he is. It's all good.
I already told this shit story, so I'm feeling like, you told him that story.
It's all uphill from here. No worries.
Yeah. But I look over, and I'm like, is he sweating? No, he's crying. And I'm like, all right. I like rush over there, and I'm like, all right, dude, you're all right. You're all right. Because like at this point, I would say I am 7. He's 6, and I'm 7. On the scale of drunkenness. I'm like, all right, are you good, dude? Are you good? And he's like, no, I need to get the fuck out of here. I want to get like blackout, doing that whole like sad drunk thing.
He was sad, that's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and I agree. And I said, all right, well, let's just step outside for a bit, get some air. Because he does the vape stuff. And I'm like, let's just go outside and get some air. And like, no one else, as far as I knew, no one else noticed. And I'm like, all right, we're stepping outside real quick. We'll be back in like 20. And so I take him outside. We're sitting on a bench. We make out a little bit. No, I'm kidding. We're sitting on a bench, and he's just like venting, the typical vent guy, like, man, I loved her, man. I don't know, like, why. I just fucking miss her so much. And I'm like, I know, dude.
I become that guy too, occasionally. I mean, not every time. Sometimes I'm the womanizer, but sometimes I also become the I loved her so much guy. So I understand. I can empathize with that.
Me too. And I've been that guy too. So that's why I wasn't even giving him any like, dude, there's plenty of fish. I was just like, you know what? Keep talking, dude. Keep talking. Just get it all out. Get it all out. Because like sometimes when you're that inebriated, you just need to word vomit. You just need to get it all out. And he talked to me about it in the past, about his issues. And I'm like, yeah, but right now he's feeling it. So I'm just like, just keep talking, dude. Keep talking. And after about 25 minutes, he clearly sobers up a little bit. Like he went from a, what'd I say, 6? He went from a 6 to like probably a 4 after in that 25 minutes. And he goes, you know what? You are an actual true friend, and you want to know why? And I go, why? And he goes, because insert other guy's name. He says, he has been my best friend for longer than I can remember. And he looked over at me and he saw me crying. He saw me crying and he kept playing.
Huh.
And you saw me crying and you got me out here to get better. And yeah, that little things, he said little things like that really mean the world to me. And that means you're a good friend.
So, I feel like both your crazy story and your interesting story are very self-glorifying.
Yeah.
A little. Like the first one, the hitch of it was, I mean, obviously a guy shit in the Denny's, but hey, she'd never seen somebody clean it up, and I was that guy. And then the second one was like, hey, this guy's best friend for a really long time ignored him when he was crying, but me, I took him outside and we handled that figurative shit, not literal shit. And I just feel like they were both really self-glorifying. I mean, I get that. I mean, I understand, and maybe you deserve it, but it's kind of interesting to me that it's a trend a little bit. How do you feel about what I just said? Would you agree or disagree?
I think I felt pretty good about those stories until you pointed out how self-righteous I am.
No, not like a bad way. Maybe you just did it like.
No. It's fine. I was all amped up to do this goddamn podcast. Like, I got these 2 interesting things. They're interesting stories. And then he's like, those are really kind of selfish stories. And I'm just sitting here going, what? Like,
I mean,
a guy shit at Denny's, and he was okay. Fine. What do you think about that, Patrick? What do you?
A guy shitting at Denny's, and then suddenly it's about you cleaning it up. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Like, or a guy's having a depression issue, or he's having a breakdown, and then it's about you cheering him up. I get that you're the one that's starring in the podcast, but I don't know. It feels a little self-glorifying, And I don't mean that in a negative way. I think we're inherently self-centered people or creatures, I should say. So I get it. I just I wanted to give you a different perspective. Whereas most people would be like, "Wow, yeah, good job, man." I want to be the guy, the outlier that says, "Hey, did you notice that you were the one that came out on top in both those stories?" One morally, and the other one, kind of more like you made that lady's night, And here I am being an outlier, or mentioning the fact that I'm an outlier, so I'm making it about me. Isn't it weird how people do that? I took both your stories, brought to light, hey, Alex, you're making them both about you, and then I'm going to make all this about me. Isn't that interesting? I don't know if you were following me there, but we went through
I was following you. And I was just like, I was so amped up for these stories, and I got none. You murdered any hope. You took my hope. You put it on a nice table with a nice tablecloth that you bought from like Bed Bath and Beyond. It wasn't on sale. You paid full price for it. You put it on the table. You bought some really nice knives from Kohl's. Those were on sale, but there was a good deal. And you laid my hope out, and you just fucking stabbed it.
I was really hoping you'd go with this shit metaphor. I was really hoping you'd say I shat all over it.
I took big shit on it.
And then made me clean it up. Yeah, that would have been funny. So I have some facts about Denny's, if you want to hear them. It was actually founded in 1953 following World War II. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And it was originally called Danny's Donuts.
Really?
Yeah, like Danny, like Daniel.
Really?
Yeah. You don't think that's interesting?
No, not at all.
You know what's really interesting about that, Alex, is that it doesn't have anything to do with me, and I'm bringing it up anyways. So listeners, let me just tell you, he said he told me before this very podcast. He said, "Hey Patrick, just some constructive criticism, just some notes, just some notes, because that's how he talks." He said notes, and then he spelled it out for me. He said, "Patrick, can you sound a little less like a talk show host?" So here I am sounding a little less like a talk show host, you son of a bitch. Anyways, your mother's a fantastic lady. You're a son of a whore, because that could be your mom or your dad.
Go back to the talk show host thing. Just leave out the Denny's facts.
Yeah, no. He told me that I sound too much like a talk show host, and I'm like, well, it's a show with episodes. We're talking. It sounds like I'm doing the job right. It sounds like I'm doing the right thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Maybe you don't want to hear it. Maybe you're not even listening at this point.
And he is hosting. He is technically hosting right now.
Hey, man. You nice just go to... Do you... filter. Do you go to restaurants and then you just do you just go behind the counter, walk right into the... No. Walk right into the kitchen and you're like, hey, can you be a little less like a cook now, please? Could you just please do that for me? Little constructive criticism. You're too much like a cook. Well, I am cooking.
Could you half-ass my pancakes, please?
Yeah. Oh, pancakes. On that note, I created a new drink, and it's fantastic. So I'm calling it Pancake Breakfast. It's Southern Comfort with Pib Extra. It tastes like pancake syrup, and all you do is you make those mini pancakes, and you eat a pancake, then you drink a shot of Pib Extra and Southern Comfort. Tastes like pancake breakfast.
You know what? I actually brought that up yesterday to the group. I said, do you think there's alcohol-infused maple syrup? And they're all like, yeah.
There is. There has to be. If I've discovered this fantastic drink, there has to be. Because now I'm a scientist.
A fun Denny's fact, they do not have alcohol-infused syrup.
God. Did you know Drew Carey was once a Denny's waiter?
I've never so wholeheartedly not given a shit about anything in my life.
I mean, clearly, insert name here did give a shit, so you don't have to. You just have to clean it up. That's all. Anyways.
Hey, I just want to say to the fans, to whoever is listening, if you have a Denny's story, let leave a comment about it because, like, I don't know, like, if anything can top my shitting in a Denny's at 3:30 in the morning story.
Actually, I'm gonna look that up now.
No, please don't.
No. I'm gonna look up funniest drunk stories. We'll share a few, and then maybe share yours in the comments below.
Maybe we'll decide later.
So in the meantime, Alex, didn't you have an interesting story, or you already did? It was you said
Yeah, those were both my stories over the week. You know, you wanted to hear how much I drank? Because I actually counted it.
How many did you drink? 20
All right,
heroin?
so I had 13 marijuana shots. No.
They have those.
And I'm not bragging. I just recorded how much I drank because I honestly didn't drink too much. But the thing that got me was the fact that I didn't eat at all.
Yeah, I would do it.
So we got to the hotel at 3. At about 5 o'clock, I had a shot of bourbon. That was my first time ever having bourbon. Bourbon. And after I took a shot of it, they go, "You're not supposed to shoot it." And I go, "Fuck."
Why'd you shoot it, Alex? You're supposed to sip it, especially good bourbon.
No one told me. I don't know how to drink, so like I poured like a shot,
Mm-hmm.
and I just like, bleh. And after I do it, they're all like, "Whoa," and I'm like, "What?" And then like I feel my stomach on fire.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, you're supposed to sip it," and I'm like, Can you let the idiot know next time before he like? You should have seen how much I poured in there. It was like, it was, a shot glass is a little bit more than a shot, and I'm like, oh god.
Well,
So
there's nothing wrong.
What?
I was gonna say you had a cowboy beverage. Then I mean, cowboys they would shoot it, because they were bristly and tough,
I mean, it didn't like mess me up too bad, but I was just like, ooh, I feel really warm. So I had the one shot. We go to this one place. I have a beer. We go to another place. I have a beer.
Ugh.
We go to the final place. I have 4 beers. I'm at 7 drinks right now. And then I have 4 shots of Crown Royal.
There you go.
So I'm at about 11 things of alcohol.
That's a grown-up story there, Alex. That's a good one. Yeah.
I mean, you should have seen the other guys what their lists like.
Yeah,
like
that's wild.
They were like, I had like 3 shots of Patron, I had 4 tequilas, I had.
Hold on. Why does it sound like you're saying that in a Hispanic accent?
Well, there was like 3 Hispanics in the group, so I can get away with saying.
I guess, but you were like Patron, tequila.
That's how they say it. That's how they say it.
Were you hanging out with migrant workers? What's up with you? You okay?
That's how they were doing it as a joke. So like the waiter would come around and be like, "All right, what would you guys like?" "I want 1 shot of Patron," and they'd be like, "What?" And he'd be like, "Patron, please." And they'd be like,
of course. I think I speak English better than your Spanish.
But
that was the Tom Segura joke though. Just so you know, he was making fun of Steven Seagal. I want to give credit for that. Anyways, continue, Alex.
It was interesting because I reached a point, and it was shortly after the whole crying thing. It was after the crying thing. I went and had 4 shots. I reached a point that I said, okay, I didn't say this to myself, but I can tell this is what my brain was thinking. I thought, this is what was presented to me in my brain. You could keep going, end up probably shitting at Denny's. You can keep going, keep drinking, get yourself more numb. Or you could stop now and just dwell.
Yeah.
So like I in my brain, I had two negative options,
Mhm.
and I chose the stopping and dwelling
Yeah.
because someone said to me the other day. I don't know if I mentioned it on this podcast yet, but I want to hear your reaction to this.
Mhm.
I had gotten drunk a few months ago. I had a whole storm out incident. I stormed out of this place, and I was talking to them the next day. I said like, "Hey, I'm sorry about that." And after a little bit of the conversation, they go, "You got to remember, you you don't drink to you know hurt yourself or whatever. You drink to have fun." And I think that is the dumbest thing I have ever heard in my life. You drink to have fun.
I mean,
I
it's
mean,
a social lubricant, is what it is.
I I said that to my dad. I said, "Oh, this person said you don't drink for anything other than to have fun." And my dad is still laughing to this day. He he I went over there to his place the other day and he has a shot in his hand. He's like, "Look, I'm having fun."
Yeah, yeah. No, you can dwell when you're drinking. Like right now, I'm drinking, and in the background, all the deep dark depression that you guys don't hear in my voice, that's what's at play. That's what's going on. I've learned how to separate the two, right? So right now, I'm talking to you in a very sarcastic, almost a masochistic manner, but I'm dwelling. I'm not having fun. I mean, I am having fun because it's good to talk about things. It's good to get it out there. I know you were feeling a little depressed earlier, Alex. Um, let's let's air it out, man. We're here to talk. I mean, if nobody else listens to this podcast, at least it's good for us. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it.
Well,
It gives
the,
it gives you the opportunity.
when I drink,
Mm-hmm.
I don't purposely think, "Oh, I'm doing this to just numb and feel everything," but I
No.
kind of do. I kind of do. I don't like what the one time I was drunk while doing this. It. I drink to like I don't know. It's hard for me to describe. I I drink to access different parts of my brain and
Yes.
and to embrace aspects that I don't want to hear. And
Yes.
it's not so much like the insert name here crying thing because I'm not cry drunk. I'm a sit in the chair in the corner drunk thinking about everything that I done wrong, that the other person done wrong. Am I in the right? No, they're in the right for that one. No, but I have a good point on this one. And I keep repeating that until the next drink. And then and then after I take the next drink, because I don't like the taste of alcohol. That's another thing. I actually
Mhm.
fucking hate the taste of alcohol. So like I'll take the sip and I'll go ah, ah, oh god, oh god. You know what else pisses me off? She never told me she loved me. That's why. And then I'll dwell on that for like another 5 minutes until I take another shot, and then another thing, that person didn't uh tell me that they pooped in the bathroom.
You're a barstool drunk, and that's really how I used to be. And if I ever go out drinking, that's still me. I don't get up and go dance because I feel all right. No, I sit there and I know that you're the same way I am, and that your thoughts kind of rule your life. They rule your day. So when you're drinking, your thoughts, they're just like, wait, is he gone? All right, here we go. This is it. This is it, guys. And all your thoughts come out, and they're like, hey, is that girl looking at us? They wouldn't look at us. Cool. And I mean, like sober, you're like you immediately dismiss these things. And you don't say anything to yourself. You're just like, that's stupid. Whatever. Like, you dip, dive, and dodge all these different thoughts when you're sober, but when you're drinking, you actually feel and experience all these different emotions, right?
Right. Yeah, yeah.
I feel like that's what you're saying. I mean, I know you're an overthinker like me. That's why we get along. But it's so. I mean, when I go to a bar and I have a few drinks, I'll normally like sit at the bar and I'll think. I'll just think. Like, what's going on tomorrow? You know, dear God, I remember the last time I was this drunk. Or, what's that girl's motivation over there with that guy? I'll just sit there and I'll stew. I'll just sit there and stew. And then, obviously you go through your timeline, right? Of all the different things that you can possibly remember in that state. But I'll tell you why I drink nowadays. I drink nowadays because I've never slept better. It helps me sleep, and then like when I wake up, it's not like I don't even feel like I just sleep. Even if I only get 6 hours, like I'll feel like, oh man, I must have slept for like 15 hours because I feel so numb, you know? I'm tricking my brain into thinking we got more sleep than I did get, you know?
You want to know something?
Yeah.
I can kind of my perception of drinking. You know the song "Comfortably Numb," right?
Pink Floyd, who wouldn't?
Yes. Well, obviously that song has its own meaning, but like when I drink, it's a very depressing thing for me, and like every time I drink, because like when you're drunk, sometimes your thoughts are clear and you like no, I'm thinking about this and that, and sometimes they're a mess. And what usually pops into my head when I'm drinking is the lines of I cannot put my finger on it now. The child is grown, the dream is gone, and I'm sitting there drunk. I'll think about that and going, "Yep, that's me." Uh,
I get lonely.
was that?
I purely and simply, I think I get lonely when I'm drunk. Uh,
You know
I
what?
have
Let me
this.
ask you this. I have an interesting question before you go on with that.
Yeah.
When you drink by yourself,
Mhm.
what's like one go-to song or band or album that you listen to when you're drunk?
I normally, honestly, I go to like musicians that I feel like a deep connection to. At least like whether it be the lyrics, their tone of voice, or even like the backgrounds that I've imagined for them. Like Chris Cornell, man. Like Through the Window, that song right there. Dude, you don't know how hard that hits me when I put the headphones in and
Through
I'm
the Window.
laying
I
on
never
the.
heard that one.
Really? Well, listen to it. If you need to listen to more of his solo stuff. Yeah,
Oh, okay. It's solo. Okay.
probably. I don't remember exactly right now, but I'm pretty sure it's yeah, it's From a Higher Truth. That's his
Oh,
solo
okay.
stuff. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, Through the Window, I can't remember the lyrics right now, but when I listen to it, it's like, dude, I so get this. You know?
I'm like that with
I lay
I
down
get
and my head's on the pillow and I'm like, you could take me right now. I don't even care. Kill me. This is it. You know? And that's it.
when Cornell killed himself, was it a year, 2 years ago now? Is it or a year ago now?
Probably a year.
Um, you know, my
It
dad
broke
messaged
made me feel really bad though. Like I felt depressed. I felt really sad, dude.
me too, because yeah, he's everything he sung about, like, well,
Was real.
most things that he sung about, like fell on black days.
Yeah.
Like whatsoever I feared has come to life. It's like it's that lines like that when you think like when you have the suspicion of something that's going to happen and it happens. It's like, whoa, dude, he knows what I my well, okay, I'm getting off topic. Last year
Yeah.
when he killed himself, my dad messaged me like a week or so later. He's like, so, and he never listened to Soundgarden.
Mm.
He goes, I I get it. He's messaging me drunk. I get it. Do you know the song like Suicide? And I'm like, I'm aware of it. I not like off the top of my head. And I looked up the lyrics, and I don't remember all the lyrics right now, but the main hook of the song is "Love is like suicide."
Oh yeah.
Chris Cornell got it, dude. And
Yeah,
I nearly forgot my broken heart.
oh yeah, that one too, for real.
Away.
Dude, I'm gonna read the lyrics from Through the Window. All right, I'm gonna read some of them, and we can interpret it. But because I think this is important.
Do it like every 2 lines or a verse or whatever.
What?
Or just do whatever flows. Do whatever flows.
I'm not gonna sing it.
No, I know. I'm saying like don't just read the entire song.
Oh yeah, no, I understand. Of course, I'm not going to. Yeah, it starts out with like the clouds that gathered turned to rain, the candles on your sill burned out, the weather on your face turned to match the mood outside. Okay, so
Right.
like I don't know if you understood what I was saying because I've been drinking a little bit.
Right.
Are you listening?
Yeah, no, I'm listening right now.
Okay, so basically with me, like a rainy day with a good buzz, laying in bed, listening to this song, I'm like, oh yeah, you're so right, dude. Like, and then it goes into the next verse. It's like reading through the poems that you saved that make the gloomy hours make sense, or do they lose their power with the yellowing of age? So like, it's almost like love letters written back and forth, or somebody that passed away, but you can't stop reading the things they wrote because it's like this was a time where these words were like alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you feel everything you felt back then, but you can't get it back. And you're reminiscing, and it goes on to the next where he's like, I saw you suffering through a foggy window in the rain when you thought no one was watching. And he's like, yeah, going through your memories like so many prisons to escape and become someone else with another face and another name, no more suffering. And I relate to that, like, it's like you change your identity, you want to be a new person. You want to be, like you want to be a new person somewhere new. So like you can get rid of the pain, but the pain lives inside of you, I don't know. Or like a woman with an identity crisis that always latches on to the next thing that makes her feel like she's in, like makes her feel whole, But yeah, I'm trying to stay like, because this is important to me. I'm trying to stay, understand. Like I'm trying to be able to be understood. Alex, I don't know if you heard what I said. Maybe you could look them up yourself.
I have a quick off. Like I should have asked this like off the air, but I have a quick question. Can I? Do you think I could like leave this app while it's still recording, so I can look up lyrics?
Yeah. You can do that. Probably.
I can do it.
I've done it.
All right, I'm gonna try it. If it cancels out, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm gonna hit the button.
Don't hit any finish recording button. Just kind of like go to the next thing.
Oh, thank God, it's still going. Oh, thank God. Yeah. Okay.
You're fine. You're fine, number.
There's like, I'm gonna look up. You just gotta hear the vibration of.
Relax, guys. You have cell phones too, okay? You know what they sound like. Relax.
Like
suicide?
Weird? Yeah. You want to know something weird? When you go onto like Google or YouTube, certain words won't pop up. Like swear words generally won't pop up, and like right now I'm on Google, and suicide will not pop up. And unless I like type it out fully.
I got it. Okay. Can I go back to my lyrics really quick before you get into that one?
Yeah. Go on.
Okay. So it's not so much that I identify with the song directly. I mean, I do, but only from the perspective of the guy that's like watching through the window pane. But not literally. I never stalked anybody, But I've had experiences in my life where it was like, wow, you blatantly told me a white lie, and you said you were, you said you were, it's sick or you were in bed, but you're with some other guy, and we were dating at the time. This mystery person. It's nothing. Nothing. I don't want to get into anything too personal, but like this is the part where I'm like, yeah, ouch, yeah. It was like,
Right.
you sold the best of yourself out on a chain of gray and white lies, not lines, lies. You sold the best of yourself out on a chain of gray and white lies, one syllable at a time. You should have made them pay a higher price. I saw you suffering through the cracked and dirty window pane. I was ashamed that I was watching. Yeah. Going through your imagination. It was like, even though I'm the one that was being wronged, I was like, wow, I shouldn't be here. Like, I thought I was doing the right thing, and here I am catching someone lying to me. It's like, I don't belong. But yeah, if that makes any sense, guys, I apologize if I'm rambling, but hopefully
No, it makes perfect sense. I get it.
It's kind of like, like I was technically supposed to be the one that was supposed to be there, but when you catch someone, telling white lies, I'm quoting the lyrics now, telling white lies, and you're just like, oh, well, I don't feel like I should be here. I feel kind of ashamed that I'm here right now, because like I should have just let you be instead of bringing you like medicine and orange juice. Like what kind of boyfriend, what kind of asshole does that? What kind of boyfriend does that? Oh God. Yeah. Anyways, sorry guys, I don't want to get too much into that dirty laundry. But yeah, I cared about her a lot. Still care about her. Insert name here. Alex, did you get your lyrics?
I think I'll save the lyrics for another episode because we're reaching the hour point. What are your final thoughts on what we've had so far with this episode?
I'll tell you what. I think it's been centered around like drinking. I think that's a big deal. I think that's something that we've discussed a lot in this one. Both of your stories were related to alcohol, so I guess maybe this is more of like, maybe alcohol isn't a social lubricant, but maybe it's something that just lets go of what's already in us, Because
Yeah.
clearly I was reminiscing as I was reading those lyrics. See, I had a private moment over recording, so because normally I don't listen to and or think about these lyrics unless I'm alone, but I'm glad I could share it with you guys, honestly. And Alex, I'm sure you understand where I'm coming from. But yeah.
I really do, because whenever I drink or am in that kind of state of mind, drinking and certain lyrics and certain songs will appeal to me in a sometimes good and sometimes bad light, and as like cheesy and stereotypical as it is, we've all probably been there where we're, Pearl Jam's Black comes on the radio and we're all just going, why can't it be mine? And it's like, dude, I get you, Eddie. I get you.
Did you know, that's my other one. Did you know that Dennis Rodman said that that song changed his life? Yeah, he said Pearl Jam's Black changed his life. Or not Eddie. God damn it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not the guy. God damn it. I can't do this. Point is, this is unedited, all right? You've just heard all of our dirty laundry washed in and put up on the line, okay? You're hearing it right here, right now. You're hearing me sound like a total dumbass. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy listening to this. And if you do, like it, subscribe, and hell, maybe even share it with your grandmother that's stalking your Facebook page. Alex?
Yeah, I agree. If you like it, obviously like it, like physically like it on whatever format that you're hearing this on. Throw us a comment, share it to your grandmother or people who actually like podcasts. Um, give us your how do you handle being drunk? Are you a crazy drunk? Are you a intellectual drunk? Let's hear how many drunks are out there. And what's your favorite song to listen to while you are out of it?
Intoxicated or out of it if you like opiates or coke.
Right. Exactly.
I think.
So we just want to say thank. What?
I was gonna say I think this is the end of the podcast here.
That's what I was gonna say. So I want to thank all you guys for listening again. And Patrick, why don't you lead us away?
You got it. Yeah, what'd you say?
I thought you were just like, well, I'm done.
No, I thought you were. I didn't know what you said.
I was like, okay. Thank you all for listening. Patrick, why don't you take it away?
I stopped hearing.
Why do you keep pausing? Why do you keep pausing?
There might be a delay. All right, guys, this is it.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Share, and some scribble. All right, we'll talk to you later. Stay cool. This is episode 4.
Later.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.